with a camera.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on this big blue marble. It's 6:01 here in North Texas, 8:01 p.m. in Seoul, just afternoon in London, 4:31 in Mumbai, 9:01 p.m., 9:02 p.m. in Sydney. Welcome wherever you may be. It's Walt, your plane pal, your fly guy, your aviation amigo, your septuagenarian streamer, ready to go for another edition of Runway DFW. Let's go. Well, our first arrival is going to be something really special. American Eagle Flight 3885 from Corpus Christi, an Embraer 175. I don't mean to laugh at the Embraer 175. I'm only sad because we missed not one, not two, but three MD-11s come in as we were setting up, all belonging to UPS. As you see one of them there, and we'll show you the others in a little bit. They're all getting dialed in. So let's see here. We've got a plane here. Welcome to our extravaganza for this morning. You may have noticed that we're back among the regular folks here at DFW Founders Plaza from a slightly different location. I've set up kind of on the curve here of the parking area. So we've got a little more of a, well, it's more than a 180 degree view. We've got a pretty wide angle of viewing this morning for you. But no, we're not up on top of the penthouse today. Not today. We'll be back. Here's another one of the MD-11. We've got 4 MDs here this morning, and my fingers are crossed that at least we'll see one of them going out before the day is through. How are you all today? I hope everything is going well for you. Glad you could tune in. I know it's early for those of you who are in this country on the West Coast, but it's not a bad time for our friends in Europe, where it's midday. Let us see who is here with us this morning. Well, this is bad news to start with. Jane Welshie Lady, my heart goes out to 2 aviation friends who have passed this week in the UK, sending love and hugs. And certainly the Runway DFW aviation family shares in your grief. Sorry to hear that. Brian Trentham says, morning, Walt. Be safe and have a great day. Glad you enjoyed the taco the other day. Thank you, Brian. Yes, you did. I think we mentioned it on the air when you brought that delicious taco. It was quite a surprise, quite a nice surprise, and thank you again. Our moderator and channel member, Bill Platt, is up early with us this morning. Good morning. Hey, look at that. A skyline not hidden by a wall of haze. Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Bill. Ryan Paulding says, good morning, Walt. Back to the friendly confines of Founders Plaza. Yes, that's where we are this morning. Channel member Mick Larkin says, morning, Walt, mods, and everyone. Louis DeHaan, also a member of Runway DFW, says, good morning, Walt, and good morning to you, Louis. Cheese and Wisco, who is a channel member, says, oh, he's saying good morning to Jane Welshie Lady, but I'm sure he wishes that for all of us. Hey, we have a plane. I believe that to be a Dreamliner. I'm sorry, when I hit the button to punch to this camera, it was refusing my commands. Now, if I had to guess, I'm not looking at flight radar yet, but if I had to guess, I'd say this is coming in from Maui. Let's see if I am right. No. That's coming in from Buenos Aires. No, Sao Paulo. Sorry. Arriving from Sao Paulo after 9 hours and 24 minutes. American Airlines 7879 Dreamliner, flight number 962. Now about to make the big turn over to Terminal D to discharge its passengers here in the Northern Hemisphere. Welcome to DFW and to Texas. Keep my eye on the radar here, make sure I don't miss anything else. Oh, we have another heavy coming in. It's American Flight 940 from Santiago de Chile. It's a 7879, so we'll have double Dreamliner action for you here coming up. So Jane Welshie Lady joining us from Barry, Wales in the UK. Dwayne C. says, good morning from the west side of Fort Worth, toasty 85 degrees. Where is our... Oh, I see what's happening here. There's our thermometer. Heat index today forecast to be 111. Channel member Chad Hart says, morning from Mesa, Arizona. And Dr. Mark in Texas says, thank you for sharing. Is there a paid tour to drive you around the airport and show you the facilities? I'm not aware of anything like that. Could be wrong. I'm sure somebody in the chat will guide us. The thing about DFW Airport is it's so big that you could probably literally drive all day to get around it, but it's got a very wide perimeter, unlike some airports that are kind of boxed in by a city. This one has got a lot of room along the edges that you can't get to anyway easily. But I would suggest if you come out here in the vicinity, you do stop off here at DFW Founders Plaza. It's on the northwest side. We overlook runways 18 left and right. Out of these 7 runways here, we can see 2 of them. And but yeah, there's always something to see. People to hang out, plane spotters. People having fun. We have our first Sun Country flight of the morning. And as you may know if you've been following along, we see about 3 Sun Country flights during our morning broadcast from 6 to 9. And all of them are going to Cancun, and this one is no exception. It's flight 515, and it's going to Cancun, Mexico. It's a 737-800, and this one is 19 years old. So it doesn't qualify for a jingle, not quite yet. We only jingleify our 20th century aircraft. And the main reason for that is because we don't have any 21st century jingles in our catalog. Tripod's being a little arthritic today. So there's not much in the way of clouds today, so I imagine we'll get kind of an intense sunrise when the time comes in the next hour or so. I guess it'll be later this hour we get the sunrise. M.R. Rice, a longtime viewer, says, "Good morning, Walt." Carolyn Crowder says, "Good morning, Walt. Always happy to spend some time spotting with you. Glad to have you on board." Ryan Paulding says, "No jingle for this one, but it's old enough to leave home." And it can vote. I guess. See in the background a plane lifting off. That may be taking off from Love Field in Dallas, that plane there in the background. I suspect that is the case. The 2 airports, Love Field and Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, not too far apart from one another. A very clear morning indeed. Because it's dark for longer in the mornings now, that the days are getting longer, we're using one of our nighttime cameras as our primary camera, so we'll have to switch this out once it gets a little brighter outside. See what's happening over there. They've opened up the cargo bay, Hal. Over there on that MD. It looks as though they're getting ready to unload some of that cargo over there. Dr. Mark in Texas advises that the sunrise is at 6:43, so we're just about 30 minutes away from sunrise. John Kelly Grant out in California says, "Good morning, Walt. Have a great day." And we have a plane that's getting ready to take off, but I don't think I can give you any information about it. It's an American Airlines plane. It's listed as flight 369P. This plane has been traveling a lot, but for some reason, Flight Radar has not given me the 411 on it. Two aircraft now on the runway 18 left flight line. The one on the right is United Express Flight 6137, operated by Mesa Airlines. It's a CRJ 900LR, and the one on your left is Delta Flight 336 off to LaGuardia Airport in New York, and that is the growling A220 model. So crank up our microphone there so you can hear that. Mesa, as we've discussed before, is now affiliated with United Airlines for its regional flights, having ended its relationship with American Eagle in that same capacity. Well, we're going to go back and there's nothing here. Go back and see if we can give us a listen to this A220. If I can find it. Where'd it go? Well, let's zoom out a little bit here and get, say aloha to the morning flight from Maui. It's American Flight 116, 7879 Dreamliner. And this one gave us a little bitty growl this morning, not too much. So the skies are clear for the short term. It looks like we've got American Flight 971 coming in from Los Angeles and Airbus A321. Del Val Plane Spotters TV says great video this morning. Thank you. Dwayne C says very crisp images so far. Well, we can credit our channel sponsor James Webb for serving up these cameras for us. They are nice cameras indeed. Virtual United Pilot says I'll be on American Flight 281. And he says, is it the camera just making things brighter? Yes, it's these cameras. These are very light sensitive cameras indeed. Although it is getting a little bit brighter. There's our look to the east towards the North Radar Tower and the big old American flag. Ryan said, woo, a Delta plane was on this side. Yeah, we get Delta planes all the time. Not as much as American and American Eagle, but Lottie One says, good afternoon from the UK. Have a fantastic day. Thank you. As you can see, we're here at right near the monument in the Founders Plaza. Pen Huang says, good morning from Dallas. I've had fun watching AVL last night. Got to see Taiwan flights arriving. Made my day. Yeah, I was watching along too. Dog Dab 97, good morning, Walt. Coming in from Mansfield in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Channel member Evelyn MD says, my sunrise today is 5:50 a.m. in Las Vegas. Channel member and moderator Bill Platt says, Walt, did you ever look into the overheating problems you were having with your one night camera? And yes, I've seen a variety of discussion about it. One of the things that was recommended was to take out the SD card, because you don't need it for streaming, and to and that would provide enough air circulation to give it more, or to make it less prone to overheating. Now, I have to say that I was operating when we were in the penthouse on Monday evening, that was a very stressful place to be for any piece of equipment, because it was more than over 100 degrees for much of the time we were there, certainly in the upper 90s the rest of the time, even though it was the evening. But there was no air circulation in our little patio area or balcony area. So I don't know if that could be considered to be a realistic operational environment for that particular camera. I don't know. I'm using that camera. In fact, you're looking at that camera right now, that camera that overheated. I don't suspect it will this morning. We're at 85 degrees, and I'll be taking it out of service once the sun comes up, so we'll see. Del Val, Plane Spotters TV, love the penthouse setup, great idea, thank you. We'll be back. And Del Val wants to know any UPS activities this morning. Well, as I said, we did see 3 of these MD-11s. You see one of them right there coming in, and I'm hoping to see at least one leave before we go. We say hello to James Cole, new subscriber to Runway DFW. Raina Taylor, who is not only a quad jet member of this channel, but also a world champion equestrian rider in the Special Olympics. And she says, but I made so much of a preamble there that her message timed out. Good morning, Walt mods and fellow friends. I'm on my way to my riding lesson to get ready for a major horse show. My question is, when are you not getting ready for a major horse show, Raina? But good luck. William Duval, another new subscriber to the channel. Thank you. Always good to get new subscribers here. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, we've got Alaska Airlines Flight 466 coming in from Portland. It is a 737 MAX 9. But it is coming in. Did I get in that shot? I might have gotten in that shot. The MAX 9 is coming in over on the east side. And so we'll just position our lens in that direction. We'll give you a look at that as it comes in. Now, because it's coming in on the east side, and because we're not in the penthouse today, we won't get to see it landing, but we'll get to see it on its way to land. Well, Del Val Plane Spotters TV, thank you for becoming a member of Runway DFW. So I know a lot of you were wondering where we were on Monday and Tuesday. Most of you figured it out by doing a little interactive mapping. Hello, Justin. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. But I'll give you a clue. That is where we were on Monday. Up there on the 18th floor of that there building. Not the one in the foreground. More aviation activity for you right now as we look at Spirit Airlines Flight 268. It is an Airbus A320neo, and it is going to Las Vegas. Hello, Rodney Levitt. You can see it's brightening up already if you were here when we fired things up. But it's still been pretty quiet Friday morning so far. But it will pick up, I can assure you. So this MD-11 in the foreground here, it had its cargo bay door open a little bit ago, and that is no longer the case. So maybe that's the one we'll see going out this morning. Mwahaha. This one, on the other hand, is still got a wide open doorway there. Indiana Rick just subscribed to Runway DFW. Rick, I spent about 9 years of my life in Indiana, in the Indianapolis area. And Bill Platt said, is that another Sun Country I spied? You probably did. I didn't see it, but Sun Country is, let's see. See it on here? I don't see any active ones right now, but they generally park them down by adjacent to Terminal D. So yeah, I believe we'll see them before we see another one or two before we go. Nigel Coxon, a channel member, says hello with a waving hand and a banana. Oh, I see. Oh, he was referring. That was a callback to the Spirit plane, or as Evelyn MD refers to it, flying potassium. Crystal Crowder says, "Good morning, Walt. Waking up to plane spotting with you makes it a good day." Well, thank you. Yes, got to get up early for these little extravaganzas. I live about an hour away, so that means to get on the air at 6 and to be here by 5 to set up. Usually I try to get here a little earlier. That means I've got to leave no later than 4, but because I like to build in some slop time, I usually wake up at 3. So Raina is telling us about where she's going, what she's doing. She's competing in Tulsa, Oklahoma at a horse show called the NSBA World Championship Show. The National Snaffle Bit Association. Snaffle bit, that's one of those horse terms I've heard Mrs. Runway DFW use. But I couldn't tell you what it was or is. But since you do know, I'm sure you will be very successful. Raina. We have another banana bird here. This one's going to Chicago O'Hare. It's an Airbus A320neo, flight 2704. Let's see it spin around here. NWGWC is our newest subscriber. That's a mouthful. You might be able to detect a little bit of wind today. We'll do the forecast in a little bit, but it's not an uncomfortable breeze since it's not quite hot yet. Just a couple minutes away from sunrise here. Hi-ho the Dario, the cheese stands alone, says Cheese and Wisco, who is celebrating a membership milestone, which we'll get to in just a second. As we pointed out on Monday and Tuesday, you know, we see these Spirit planes come and go, but where do they hang out when they're here? Well, they hang out at Terminal E, which is on the other side of the airport, the east side, which we don't see from here. So we got a chance to look down there at Terminal E on Monday and Tuesday, and you could see all the planes that weren't American or American Eagle hanging out at Terminal E. So, yes, Cheese and Wisco celebrating 3 months of membership here at Runway DFW. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Your support means we can do more things like hanging out at the penthouse. That sounds very luxurious, I know that, but really there wasn't a lot of relaxation involved in that little sojourn that we had. We worked into the night, and then we're back early the next morning to bring you more Av Geek action. Very little luxuriating was involved. Just getting the gear up there to the 18th floor of the penthouse. I mean, it took 2 trips. I was able to do it in 2 trips, but my wagon was loaded each time with camera gear and tripods and a little table and all the auxiliary gear we require to bring these broadcasts to you. Graphics and Design channel member says, what a great 24 hours. AVL last night, now Walt and Runway DFW. Nice. We did learn, or I learned, I know Kevin has said this before, but I think he confirmed that he is coming back to DFW in October, which is where when he made his initial appearance last year, without Rudy, unfortunately, this time, but I was very happy to hear that. Daniel Vaught says, good morning from Dusseldorf. Just had lunch over here in Dusseldorf. So a Dusseldorfian lunch. followed by this. We're getting ready for sunrise. Should be any moment now. Bill Plott says Flight Radar being very weird this morning. Yeah, well, you know, when you think of all the data that it crunches on a minute by minute, second by second basis, I'm amazed that it works as well as it does. And we're talking about Flight Radar 24, which is just a tremendous resource for any plane spotter. It tells you where the planes are and where they've been and what they are and pretty much anything you'd want to know. You see a plane way in the background over there. That may be a Southwest Airlines plane. I can't tell from the radar this morning. Looks far enough away. That would be Southwest Flight 2743 coming in from Indianapolis. The next flight we have coming in is American Flight 399 from Anchorage. If Flight Radar is to be believed, and I do believe it, it'll be an Airbus A321neo. Pretty new plane, just a year old as of March. And that is a 6 hour and 10-minute flight in a narrow body aircraft. So do I peel off and look at the plane coming in from Anchorage? Or do we capture the exact moment of sunrise? I'm kind of voting for sunrise. What time was sunrise supposed to be? $6:44. Oh, there you go. 6:44. always nice when we can tune into a sunrise here on Runway DFW. Here comes Flight 2781 from Los Angeles. I think you saw there as we ambled by, there's a 777 headed back to the hangar area here on the west side. Sorry, not my best camera work there. Look at all those tires. Thanks are in order to Nancy Bliven, or Bliven, for a $3 super chat. Thank you, Nancy. It's a nice way to start the morning. Daniel says, this is so epic. And John Lipman says, Walt, nice shot of the sunrise and the music. Thank you, John, a channel member. And yeah, I found that music on YouTube. It's one of those musical pieces that you can use with attribution, and so it'll show up with attribution in on our description page. And that again is one of the 4 MD-11s that we have in the UPS stable over yonder. In fact, I should probably use this opportunity now that the sun has riz to put away our night camera here. So that's what I will do. So do we have a plane coming in? We do have a plane coming in. Well, I'll bypass this one. Okay, so I'll show you me putting this camera away and switching it out for the other. It should take just a second or two, I hope. I saw Kevin do this the other day, or yesterday, I think. There on Airline Videos Live. I like to watch how Kevin does things, and I've had the pleasure of seeing him at work in person. So he's got it all down to a science. But I've got this all pre-wired. Plug in the power. Plug in the little cable that sends the picture. Zoom into the sunrise. Switch to the correct camera, and there we go. I think we did it. I think that's a record time for me. Okay, so Nancy is making sure I know I was correct the first time. It's pronounced livin' with a B. Elbow cough. So, livin'. Well, see, I have a My last name is Zwerko, and people look at it. It starts with a Z and a W, and people just look at it and put their hands up in the air and try to overpronounce it. So I try to be very careful with others' names. Trish B says, good morning, Walt. Beautiful sunrise. Thank you, Trish. TriStar Darren says, morning, Walt. Hi, everyone. I wish we had TriStars for you, Darren. Well, all we've got is planes with 3 engines. Not quite a TriStar, but Jeffrey Boo says, good morning from Vieira, Florida. And good morning to you, Jeffrey, as a member of this channel. Now that we've got our daytime camera, which has a much wider angle lens, we can actually show you a little bit more of the scene here. There's 3 of the 4 MD-11s that are parked right next door to us. And here comes a plane. It's American Eagle Flight 4088. It's coming in from Bentonville, Arkansas on that E-Jet. The sun is already getting to be not quite oppressive, but it kind of gives you some idea of the heat we're in for later today. And we've been on quite a streak here in North Texas of 100-degree Fahrenheit days, and there's no end in sight. I just look at that, this 5-day, the 7-day forecast, and there every day it's 100 degrees or more. Kevin Kelly says, good morning, Walt, as he celebrates 1 month of membership. How are you today? I'm back in Texas. Well, glad to have you back in the Lone Star State. Stay cool, if you would. American Flight 2272. It's on its way in. It's from Oklahoma City. It's an Airbus A321. And here it comes on Runway DFW. That shot needs to have less fence. What do you think? Now it's a little better. Tiernan Barnes is checking in. He says, I'm in New South Wales, which I believe to be in Australia. So happy to see you here with us. I'm seeing little patrol vehicles out there on runway 18 left, which means I think we're going to be not seeing any takeoffs for a little bit here. They go out and look at the runway and see how things are going. We say hello to Ken, our newest subscriber to this channel. BB says, Walt, I just watched your Computer Corner episode from 1993. That brought me back in time for sure. Yes, to explain, in a former life, I worked at a TV station called WFAA, a big TV station here in North Texas. And once a week, they let me go on the air and do a computer news segment called Computer Corner. And it was on the noon news. It wasn't a big deal, but it was fun. And I did that for a number of years. I think about 16 or 17 years, something like that. And online, there's a couple of... I started a Computer Corner, kind of a site to archive all of my segments that I had. And I really didn't get very far with it. There's about 3 episodes online right now. I'll get to that someday. That was American Flight 2266 from San Antonio, Texas, an Airbus A321. So anyway, one of the problems in trying to archive content that was recorded on videotape many years ago is that it's on videotape from many years ago, and some of it doesn't play back very well. In fact, I have some tapes that I can't play at all because I don't have a machine to play them on. I did rescue what they call a Betacam machine, a digital Betacam machine, which was getting thrown out at WFAA. So I resurrected that and fixed it, and I can play back beta tapes, which otherwise I'd have this whole collection of videotape with nothing. I couldn't do anything with it. Well, I know you came here to see planes, and we have another one that fits in that category right now. It is arriving from Lubbock, Texas. It's an Airbus A319. It's another American Airlines flight, the number of which I cannot see in the glare of the sun. Well, as fun as it was to be in the Runway DFW penthouse on the 18th floor for a couple of days, it's really good to hear the roar of these aircraft, which we missed almost entirely from our perch high above. We've got back-to-back flights here. Another American Airlines plane from another Texas origination point, Austin to be specific. Flight 261 was that. A 737-800. Go swing around to pick up the next flight. Another American Airlines aircraft. This will be a 737-800 coming in from the motor city of Detroit. I hear lawn mowing and trimming equipment. I fear that I'm going to be in their way because I'm here on a lawn. Maybe they'll work around me. American Flight 2380 from, I believe, Columbus, Ohio? Yes, Columbus, Ohio. All right. Is this number 2 or 3 Sun Country today? I think it's at least number 2. It's Flight 503 in the Tide Pod livery. This one's going to, can you believe it, Cancun in Mexico. And you may hear the sound of a propeller aircraft in the background. That would be Martin Air Flight 666 going to Abilene, Texas on a Super Cargo Master. Let's see if we can pick that out here.
25.
So there you go, our first 20th century salute of the morning. As we have an arrival from Minneapolis, St. Paul. A special arrival in the very handsome Trans World Airlines livery. It's American Flight 2954. I think I saw on Facebook that American is repainting some of its heritage liveries, like they've painted the former PSA heritage livery into the traditional or the current American Airlines colors, but apparently they're painting another plane into the PSA livery. You know, the one with the nose and the smile on the front. Always a favorite. It is weird to see a plane that says American and TWA on it. Guess they don't want to confuse their passengers, or maybe their passengers are confused enough when they see that they're getting onto a plane that says TWA on it. Man, I think I'm going to get mowed over here. Nigel Coxon says, nice livery. Travis Fort Lauderdale, USA says, old school, love it. Let's see, how close are these mowers getting to me? Doing a lot of trimming. I should get some of my boxes out of the way here. So at least they can edge. You're about to see a fire truck enter the picture there. They're on the far left of your screen. Just kind of made a U-turn and is headed back the other way. Sometimes it'll pull over and kind of purge its tanks, I guess. You might just be getting ready to do that now. There you see Alaska Flight 365. Not going to Alaska, it's going to Seattle though. It's 737-900 series. What do they call those winglets? Scimitar winglets? Ones that kind of go up and down. I'm going to swing around real quick here to see if we get a plane going through the sun. American Flight 2768 was that from McAllen, Texas. An hour and 8-minute jaunt through the Texas skies. There's the Alaska Airlines plane. It's got a Sun Country aircraft going to Cancun right behind it. Thank you, Evelyn MD. I'll get to your dedication in a moment. Adam Blower, our newest channel member. Let me get to Evelyn's message here. Evelyn celebrating 2 months of membership. Thanks, Walt, for all your dedication, for showing us a lovely DFW. G. Thompson says, greetings from the UPS ramp. Well, hello there, G. Thompson. I'm waving at you. That's hard work, you guys. I hope you get, guys and gals, I hope you get to get all that done as early in the morning as you possibly can. Because even though it's hot now, I certainly wouldn't relish having to do that in the afternoon. American Flight 2326, 737-800 from Des Moines, Iowa, was what you were just looking at there. We've got another Martinair in our vicinity. This one's going to Abilene, Texas, Supercargo Master. Regrettably. No age is given on this particular plane.
Cleared to cross 18 right on Alpha short 18 right.
There's the Sun Country still waiting its turn. It's fallen off the radar now, so I guess it's waiting for further instructions from Sun Country headquarters. Got to get all its flight data and weight and fuel and all that stuff programmed into the computer. So meanwhile, anybody who's from Indianapolis, Uncle Car Guy perhaps, flight 1506, 737-800 American Airlines. This is going to the Circle City. Do they still call it the Circle City in Indianapolis? DFW Spotter says, haven't made it out in a while. Happy to be back. How are you this morning, Walt? I'm doing okay. One reason we're doing this in the mornings is because it's just so miserable at night in the evenings. So except for our Monday night program from the penthouse, we've been pretty much exclusively broadcasting in the mornings because that's the coolest part of the day and it's what our equipment can hang on to. There's American Flight 525 landing from Cleveland there in the foreground. As Flight to Indy takes to the skies. Couple of cargo masters headed out there. There's the one to, I think this is the one to Abilene. And I believe I see Joy Adams is a new member of the channel. Thank you, Joy. So there you see the supercargo master belonging to Airpac Airlines, which I've only recently seen that name here. Maybe it's new. Certainly this aircraft couldn't be new, could it, Jingle Singers?
1996.
No, it's definitely a 20th century plane. It's going to Wichita Falls, Texas. Just down the road. Lots of planes lining up here. In addition to that Sun Country going to Cancun, we've got American flights headed to Las Vegas and Austin and to Des Moines. And we've got an American Eagle flight going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. don't think we announced ourselves at the top of the hour. But you are watching Runway DFW, live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. My name is Walt. We're coming to you live from the DFW Founders Plaza. And we'll be here with you till about 9 o'clock Central Time. So hang out with us here for more stuff from Runway DFW. Rafael Imp says good morning from Buenos Aires. Saludos. Channel member Joey Chan says good morning, everyone. Channel member Chuck Topo Chico Tolsma says we are heading up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees centigrade today, or Celsius, I should say. And Joy Adams, we welcome once again, becoming a member. And she says, great to be a member at last. Anything retro, I am a fan, and the jingles. Well, what can I say?
This is Runway DFW.
In the morning on the World Wide Web, we're everywhere.
I'm a repressed disc jockey. Although I don't think I'm coordinated enough to be a disc jockey. I mean, disc jockeys just layer that stuff on like it's no tomorrow. That was American flight number 946 from El Paso, an Airbus A320. Here on the home of the hits, Runway DFW. I do believe that the Tide Pod is getting its turn now. After, I don't know, about a 20, it seems like about a 20-minute, 15-20-minute wait there at the north end of runway 18 left. It is now getting its turn to wing its way to the sun country of Cancun. But, you know, we've got a heavy coming in, so let's switch around to that. Coming in from Honolulu, American Flight 115. The Dreamliner Dash 8. Aloha. Haven't seen Steve McGarrett in the chat in a while. That reminds me. And yes, Steve McGarrett's still a member. He was for a while. I think AirPack is pushing these big boys out of the way here. Here come the birds. Stay out of the way of those jet intakes, would you, feathered friends? So I guess we missed the Sun Country takeoff. Did we lose our camera 3? I think we did. Camera 3 is kaput for some reason. About to arrive from Seattle, it's American Flight 2748. An Airbus A321. Let me switch you over to the B camera for a second while I check out our C camera. Put on a bit of music while I do that. Hang on a second. Well, I think it's RIP for camera C this morning. I don't have time to diagnose it, but camera C is actually an old smartphone which we've repurposed to use as a wireless camera. Looking at Frontier Flight 503, it's going to Denver, and on its tail, what would you say that is? If I can get a little better shot of it there. Well, that's Pike the Otter. If you guessed Pike the Otter, you win. Mark Sanderson says, afternoon from the UK, almost 1:30 p.m. here. Adding, what cameras are you using today, Walt? Well, courtesy of our channel sponsor, James Webb. Camera you're looking at there is a Panasonic HC-WXF1. This camera is a Sony Alpha 7S III. And we were until Till it stopped working. We were bringing pictures to you from this, which is an old Google, what is it? A Google Pixel 3, I think it is, which we can use wirelessly via software, but I don't know if it's the battery or, you know, I've had 3 of these phones now. Google replaced 2 of them because the batteries swell, and this one is starting to do that as well, although I don't think I'll be getting a replacement for this one. But hey, we should be looking at aeroplanes, shouldn't we? Should we not? That's the latest one to arrive. You probably heard it.
3142.
So I guess we're going to be doing more panning now that we are down to 2 cameras. Here's our other camera, the one, the Sony Alpha 7 S3. That's not working. Let's see. Push the wrong button. There we go. I can only push A and B. Should make life easier for me. The Frontier flight for Denver is off. You could hear this plane starting to accelerate just as the wheels of that Frontier flight were lifting off from the runway. They're just launching them right now. Hey, Carlos S. Appreciate your subscription to Runway DFW. This appears to be American Flight 2569 to Kansas City, 737-800. So all of those MDs over there that we're looking at Well, I'll see two of them. The outer two have their cargo doors open. The one in the middle, I can't see. Yeah, so the one in the middle has a stairway up to the cockpit area, but at least on this side, no cargo doors are open. This one, the door is open, but I don't see any current activity over there. Thank you, Chuck Tolsma, for gifting a TriJet membership to one lucky viewer. Who will it be? We'll find out in just a second. Say hello to Mark Trombley from Guadalajara, Mexico. What time does rush hour start? Well, kind of in the middle of a rush right now. We'll have another one right around 9 a.m.-ish Central Time, right about when we are have to leave. And TriStar Darren is the recipient of the membership gifted by Chuck Tolsma. So congratulations to TriStar Darren. Thank you to Chuck Tolsma. TriStar Darren knows the lay of the land here. We've seen that name for many months, so we're glad to have you as a member courtesy of Chuck Tolsma. You heard it as soon as that plane lifted off. This one got the go-ahead to take off. And that reminds me, or that doesn't remind me, but it makes me think, where's our air traffic control? Did I pull the plug on that? I'll have to check that in just a second. We should be hearing flight controllers. This is going to Phoenix, this plane, an Airbus A321N Neo, American Flight 367. And the next plane is American Flight 1980 to Los Angeles, an Airbus A321. I do see Korean Air Cargo Flight 256 bound for Anchorage. It's a 747 and it is lighting up on the radar, so we may get our queen of the morning here. That's another plane that came in while I was setting up this morning. I should have started at like 4 a.m. Now, there's not a lot of traffic between 4 and 6 a.m., but most of it is cargo, and 3 of them were MD-11s, and another one was that Korean Air Cargo 747. Well, this one again is destination Los Angeles. So we do a little diagnosis here of our... It's turned on. Is it plugged in? Yes. Is that potted up? Oh. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll keep an ear out for that. Somebody's controlling these planes. Looks like we got a United aircraft over there. It's a... That is a relatively new plane, I would say. It's going to Newark. It's a MAX 8. That is new as of February of 2023, so there you go. It's got that new jet look, that new jet smell. At an airline that has a lot of older aircraft currently. Now, United's got a lot of planes in the pipeline, but this is one of the newest ones. That's for darn sure. Meanwhile, I spy with my little eye a 747 on approach. On the ground, not in the sky. We'll watch this MAX depart, then we'll shift over to the Korean Air Cargo 747. Roger Scott says, morning Walt, hello all. To channel member Roger Scott. And Roger, your membership helps us pay the bills here at Runway DFW for penthouses. Maybe I shouldn't have said it was a penthouse, because it makes it sound like I'm using your money in an irresponsible way. All right, from one Boeing to another. So we bounce between Boeings, with our camera giving us a nice blur transition, which was unplanned. Korean Air Flight 256, 747-800 model. It's 9 years old. It's got those newer Dreamliner and Max type engines. And if I was an engine person, I'd be able to tell you exactly what they were, but I can't. Again, this is going to Anchorage, and so I would expect that what happens usually is it heads out across runway 18 right as it's doing now. Then sometimes it just goes straight over to 18 left, but maybe it's got a full load today and needs a little extra runway, so it's coming north. So it has a longer approach, or has a longer runway to use. Look at the Queen, says Frank C. And Amazing iOS 2 says, morning, guys. And gals. We have some gals here. Right. There it is, just a few hundred feet away from us. Hello there, flight deck. As though Queen of the Skies has 18 left all to itself now. Lovely Queen, says new member Joy Adams. And Chuck wants to know, did he wave there? I don't know. I'm not that big on pilots waving. I mean, I guess I don't look for that. I don't really want to encourage that. Somil Bandari, good evening, Walt mods and viewers watching from India. So happy to have you here. Got you there. We got some a view, or at least one in South America. Roger Scott says, great look at the Queen. Well played, Walt. Thank you, Roger. We've got it all for you today, from 747s to E-jets. This American Eagle Flight 4239 is going to Louisville. You might have seen, as we were following that plane along, a Dreamliner making some progress. This is American Flight 1709 to Orlando, Florida. My suspicion is it's going to go over to the east side for takeoff, but you never know. Hello to you, Heather S. We're happy to have you as our newest subscriber. In about 10 minutes, you will have the authority to join in on the chat room. So thank you so much. Channel member Bradley Smith, thank you for a $20 super chat. He says, good morning, Walt from Chattanooga. As always, we love the live streams from DFW. Thanks for sharing the planes with all of us. And I'm happy to do that. And I'm very pleased to thank you for that super chat. Well, for those of you who like jingles, here's another one to honor this plane, which you will see as soon as I punch it up here.
1998.
So we're talking about United's brand new MAX 8, which we saw a few minutes ago. Well, here's one of those planes in its fleet that's been around for a bit, 25 years to be exact. It is an Airbus A319. This is flight 1586 going to Denver. And it has not been repainted in the current United scheme, so perhaps this one is on the docket for retirement once a new plane comes in to replace it. There's a lot of factors that go into that. You know, one of the major ones is how many cycles it's had. That is, how many landings and takeoffs. Now, some planes which go longer distances obviously don't take off and land as much, because when they do finally land after a long flight, they're probably hanging around for a while before they take off again. Contrast that to planes from like Southwest Airlines, which are in constant use, most of them, because they operate mainly shorter flights and they're turnaround on Southwest Airlines planes is very quick in most cases. So they're going to have more cycles. And the more cycles you put on a plane, the more impact it has on the airframe. And here come the mowers. I guess they're just going to mow around me. Grumpy Dad is our newest subscriber. Grumpy Dad. Well, it's better than being a grumpy grandpa. So I'm afraid I'm probably making these guys' jobs a little more difficult today. But I'm glad they're getting this out of the way early in the morning as opposed to late at night. Craig McKinnon chiming in from the Great White North from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Thank you, Craig. Kevin Kelly says, just to let you know that flight 9749 from Little Rock comes in at 8:22 a.m. UPS flight. We'll be here for that. Randy Bucksbaum says, good morning, everyone. Greetings from Palm Springs. Stay cool, Randy. Jim Wehrlein is greeting us from the Peach State of Georgia. Thank you so much. Colm Buckley is saying good afternoon from Ireland. My goodness, this is truly an international show. And Citizen Towel says, be glad they're human, speaking about the mowers, because the robot ones show no mercy. And we had a robot one here a couple of weekends ago. Trying to see what this is that just took off there. The plane took off from the east side. I think that's the Dreamliner we were looking at earlier that's going to Orlando. Flight number 1709. I feel crippled here having only 2 cameras. Take another look at our remote camera here, see if I can diagnose it. Well, it just appears to be dead. But yeah, the back is popping off as though the battery is swelling. It's held up really well in all this hot weather, but well, let me get our backup remote camera. Hold on a second. talk amongst yourselves as we play you this fine, fine music. Well, my backup phone, which acts as a camera, is also not lighting up. Not sure why that is. Well, we're just going to have to give up the ghost on that. Here is, what is this? SkyWest Airlines operating on behalf of American Eagle. It's going to Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's a CRJ 701ER. On runway DFW. Down to 2 cameras this morning. And what is up with our tower? Am I in the wrong frequency?
Mission contact.
West Tower. Maybe they've changed frequencies. I don't know. All right, for all you Cleveland aficionados out there, the next aircraft to arrive is American Flight 1229 from Cleveland, a 737-800. We just got to swing our camera around because we're running out of options here. There's the sun we saw come up a little while ago. Hope you were here for that. Time for me to take a sip of water. Hold on. All right, we're pointed in the right direction for the arrival of the 737-800 from Cleveland. There you see the scene here at Founders Plaza. A couple cars parked there. Certainly plenty of room for anybody who wants to join in. One World livery, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many One World liveries American has. I know there's more than one. Let's see, do we see any of these? Well, we still got 2 of the MDs with, well, 3. Well, we've got 4 MD-11s, okay? We'll start with that here at the UPS terminal. 2 of them have their cargo bay doors open. 2 of them do not. What does that mean? I'm now getting another cable to see if I can resurrect one of our, or resurrect our remote camera. Let's see here. Our remote camera had no power left in it. Let's see about this one. That one also looks to have been exhausted, so I think I'll be able to plug this in for just a little bit and be able to fire it up, and then we'll have our remote camera back. Heather B, a channel member, says, "Hi Walt, mods and chatters, just finished with Sid Squad and I can still remember the night we all came over due to Sid Squad raid. Best raid I ever say." Well, thank you. Yes, I remember that. We had quite an influx of new viewers when Sid Squad, which as many of you know, probably most of you, they specialize in live plane spotting from down under. Sydney is their home base, but they do programs from other airports as well. And yeah, they said, "Hey, we're sending, go over and check out Runway DFW." And boy, do we have a lot of new viewers that day. Fatima Sharmeen says, or Shamim says, "Good morning, Walt. ATC seems to be working on live ATC." And yeah, I know. I mean, the planes are getting instructions. I know that. Maybe I should set it to scan and we'll just listen to whatever pops in on the next channel. There's an E-Jet coming in from Springfield, American Eagle Flight 3624. Not far behind is American Flight 225, which will be coming to us from Chicago O'Hare Airport in the Windy City. Our temperature is up to 85 degrees here. Feels warmer in the sun, I have to say. And we're about to bring you that flight from Chicago. Kind of a laid-back period here at DFW Airport, which still remains one of the world's busiest airports. Don't let this fool you. And what you hear behind me are blowers and trimmers and lawn maintenance stuff. So what if I do scan here?
3810 or 812 did ground after the 73 kilo and echo golf runway 179.
That's the ground traffic, not the tower.
And put your 30. 2.2 run. Okay. Local 946, Kilo Yankee, ground 25 south of the bridge.
Kilo Yankee 85 on the bridge, local 946.
And the heavy local at Alpha, I don't know your call sign. Alpha Juliet Alpha Bravo, ground 25.
Tower American 1034, Nettie.
Company 73.
ADR. New subscriber to our channel. Thank you, ADR.
1550 tower, runway 17 center, clear to land 12012.
Clear to land 177,
That's the east tower there, so we're hearing a bunch of stuff.
RNA depart, 1 left clear for takeoff, American 2379.
Well, that is American 2379 off to San Francisco in Airbus A321, so I guess I may have to tune into an alternate channel. Ground init. I'll have to figure that out.
Second. 123.
We were getting some really good tower traffic on Monday and Tuesday.
Taxi South Kilo, Alpha, Lima, sort of Echo Papa. American Local 825, DFW to ground, taxi via Gulf to the ramp. 1244.
12.1 line.
No, please. Echo 60, Air Shuttle 6289, Kilo and Echo Golf on way 17 ramp.
Kilo Echo Golf, runway 17 right. Air Shuttle 62.
Yeah.
So that was a plane to San Francisco, and incoming now is American 1034 coming in from Guadalajara in Mexico. A737-800
For the West Company hangars, Zulu entry.
exclusively for you on Runway DFW.
Runway 18 left at Yankee.
American 254, where's your gate? 254 at Echo Lima, cross 17 right, ground 0.65.
Hello to you, Grupo Efectivo.
Cross 17 right, and
Thanks for becoming a subscriber to Runway DFW.
ground 0.65 right now.
Tower Delta 839, lift 10 miles on visual 17 center, Echo 62.
Got a Delta flight, which is going to Salt Lake City.
Clear land 17 center, Delta 839.
As you see, an emergency vehicle making its way out there.
ground 25 on the inside, American 1034.
But what we're going to see now is Delta flight, what is that flight number? 363. No, flight 1291.
Right with us. Alaska 335, DFW ground. Runway 18 left, Kilo short of Zulu. American 1034, DFW ground. Give way to 1 off the right at Gulf and then Gulf to the ramp.
Give way to the 78 and Gulf to the ramp, American 1034.
To Lima, Kilo 90 Kilo.
Lima, Kilo 9 Kilo, American Outside to visual 1.
Yes, 97.9 heavy utility tower, runway 17 clear, clear to land 20011.
Clear to land 17 center.
3812 tower, 17 right last week.
7 right last point, showing visual.
Gross, okay, 3739, approaching 140. Runway 17 right, clear for takeoff. Rate of the ramp traffic is 3 out.
Call 18 right, charge the ramp. Just short of 17 right, American 1750.
Filed for the tail swap. 2 times, my 17 right, on point.
2 more minutes, American 1702.
1702 at Echo Foxtrot, hold short of 17 right.
Echo Foxtrot, hold short of 17 right, American 1702.
American 883. 60 or 3316?
That's a 16, onboard 3316.
Envoy 33 is 16. You want 17 right or 18 left this morning?
We can do 18 left, onboard 3316.
Envoy 3316, runway 18 left, taxi via Golf and Whiskey Golf.
Golf, Whiskey Golf, onboard 3316.
Country 739, runway 17 right, taxi via Golf, Golf 6 and Foxtrot short of Zulu.
All right, I think we're going to get our
Alright, Golf,
camera
Golf
3 back here in a moment or two.
Country 739.
I'll let you watch me set it up.
Envoy 3527, clearing 18 left at Golf 8, spot 106.
Envoy 3527, DF to the ground, left turn Foxtrot Zulu to 106.
Foxtrot Zulu 106, Envoy 3527.
702, runway 17 right, long way.
Jim Moorline says, I love MD-11s. And, well, if that's the case, you have come to the right place because there's 3 of them lined up. And out of that shot, here is number 4. So there's probably not too many places in the world that you can see 4 MD-11s lined up. I wouldn't think.
And there you are. I just want to make sure you're on for clear. Show 6269 traffic up your left underway. Runway 17 right, line point.
Okay, so our camera 3 is back in action. I'm going to let you watch me place it. That's the shot right now. I'm going to have to go off mic.
I'd like to go to the right.
Okay. Taxi Echo Romeo, Juliet Sierra, and then Alpha Juliet Alpha Bravo, ground 25, top of the bridge. And 17 left, clear to land. Last 335, Yankee Bridge, kind of ground 25 on top.
Tower American 2753, visual 177.
All right, we've got another camera for you. And we have another plane for you as well. Coming in from Querétaro in Mexico.
American point 753 DTB Tower, runway 17 center, clear to line, caution with 0-1 heavy Airbus short final.
17 center, cleared to land, American 2753.
Tower American 1119, let's do 18 right.
Camera B, camera C. Very nice. It's a little crooked, isn't it? Ah. Let me straighten the horizon.
Country 739, just continue Golf short of Zulu.
Okay, continue Golf short of Zulu, Sun Country 739.
Wing 1750, Bravo cross 17 right, ground 45 top of the bridge.
On Bravo, bridge, 17 right, and ground 85 at the bridge.
Delta
839 Bravo, cross 17 right, ground 0.65.
Bravo, cross 17 right now, 0.65, Delta 839.
Don't want to make everything look like it's going downhill.
Hold short of 17 right.
Mike Bravo and hold short of 17 right, UPS 9749 heavy.
Heather B says, I suspect you're in for a hot day today. Keep your fluids up. I see my bottle of fluid right here. And we're only going to be here for another, what, this is later than I thought. It's 8:22. We'll be out of here around 9 o'clock.
And then Yankee and ground 0.65 top of the ridge, I can ship through it.
So the taxi straight ahead. Then slight turn on Alpha.
It's American
Alpha.
Eagle Flight 3296
Bravo
from
Bridge.
Chihuahua in Mexico, a CRJ 701ER on runway DFW.
Delta 893, Texas.
Ground American 1750, top of the Bravo Bridge, looking for that max of 1.
American 1750 DFW ground, text via Golf to ramp.
All to the right, thanks, 1750. Clear right, clear right.
Bravo, contact ground on 0.85, and we'll give way to, would you say, United?
Yeah, you'll go over the bridge, just contact ground when you get on top on Bravo. Just get way to United there, Juliet Alpha, if you catch them, I think they might be under 2.
Alright, sounds good. We'll give way to United at Juliet Alpha, if we catch up to UPS 9749.
One top, 606, Golf, stop on the bed, go 170. Remember, 606 Golf, to Terra Cox, 1 runway 17, center, cleared line. Cleared line, 170, top, 60 Golf. Tower, good morning, Envoy 3882 on the visual 183. We got it, 422, taxi Quebec, and Zulu, hold for runway 177. That's 18 left. Second tree, 739, top of the ridge.
Second to 739 DFW ground, runway 17 right, SDV, Juliet Single Foxtrot.
It's American Flight 1119 coming in from San Luis Potosi in Mexico on Airbus A319. We will flip over here. We've got an Alaska flight going out. Alaska, I say. It's Flight 335. It is off to Portland, a 737 MAX 9.
Alaska 335.
Now UPS 9749 heavy, we're on Bravo. Alright, 2753, Dr. Lima, Crosser 17 right, contact ground 0.65.
Cross right, Envoy 3426 Alpha.
Envoy 3426 DFW ground, runway 17 right bridge.
7 right bridge, Envoy 3426.
114.
114, good morning, Envoy 3433 Alpha.
Envoy 3433 DFW ground, runway 17 right bridge.
17 right bridge, good day, 3433.
Dallas 3296 with a right turn, Whiskey Kilo to the ramp. Max 1750, give way to 1 left to right, Whiskey Kilo if you're going up that far.
American 1750.
105. Bridge, you need to contact ground 0.85. 9 Andrew, you see it sitting down, and taxi to right turn on Golf 6,
You're black to see.
William Elkins says, great show as always, Walt. Keep up the great job. Jim Weirline says, Portland is my hometown.
left at Bravo.
Alright, hold short 18 left at Bravo.
Adding that I have no desire to go back there.
4123 DFW ground, what's your spot?
We say goodbye to Somil Bandari. Channel member says, thank you so much for the stream, Walt. See you again soon. Have a great one. And we have to put this one in from Big Dave 486. Good morning. This is by far the best plane spotting channel on YouTube. I'm enjoying my new discovery this morning with a hot cup of coffee in Kentucky. Peace. Well, there are a lot of really great plane spotting channels here, many of which I've been inspired by, like Airline Videos Live with Kevin and Rudy and Big Jet TV. Assist Squad, Wellington Flights Live, all great channels, and I'm happy to just be a part of the community. So thank you for finding us. I hope you find some other good ones.
Alright, 124.15 UPS 9749.
This is an E-Jet from, I believe, Torion.
First 5388, DF ground, Golf Zulu, the ramp.
But for those of you who are new to Runway DFW, we come to you live from here at DFW Airport, usually at least twice a week, sometimes 3. Very rarely 4, but because I do have another job, you know. That's one reason I've got to sign off in about 30 minutes from now. As I get a sip of water here because I'm feeling kind of parched.
And then ground on the other side on 3882.
November 6th, Sierra Golf. You can make your hard left turn north on Mike to Zulu, full short run 17 right.
I'll take a shot. I don't think we've ever been able to take from here.
124.
American 26 Samuel Alpha.
American 2610, DF ground, Roger. You're going to wait for the RJ, runway 18 left Golf and Whiskey Golf.
Give away the RJ 18 left Golf, Whiskey Golf, American 2610.
105.
Envoy 3466 with...
Our view is a little bit obscured,
36, DF ground, runway 18 left, Hotel Yankee, Hotel Whiskey, Foxtrot.
but there's the Founders Plaza Monument
Hotel Yankee, Hotel Whiskey, Foxtrot, Envoy 30.
with the 4 flags behind it. Although we're still missing a flag. You see the American and the Texas flags there on the right. Obscured is the Dallas flag, City of Dallas flag. The City of Fort Worth flag has not been with us for about a month now.
Spot 44. Runway 18 left, that should be a kilo, hold short of Zulu.
Kilo, hold short of Zulu, 18 left.
I guess we'll swing back around.
Yeah, you can maneuver as necessary in the pad as far as your taxi going. What else do you need to do, sir?
We're going to do a high power run, and then we're going to do some taxi training here on the pad.
Okay, that high power run, why don't you move over to your right and go Foxtrot short of Whiskey Papa, do the high powered run there, and then let me know when you want to do your taxi training.
We're listening to things we don't usually listen to. I've turned on our scanner on scan.
And, yeah, just go a little further south when we
So we're listening to airport channels that don't ordinarily pop in.
Envoy 3457, information alpha.
Envoy 3457, to ground, runway 17 right. Just hold short, pull out straight across Hotel Yankee, Shorty Yankee.
Oh yeah, Hotel Yankee, Shorty Yankee for 17 right.
Well, here comes South Bend, Indiana flight from American Eagle, CRJ 701ER.
0010, 17 center, clear left.
I blocked you.
American 1220, DF30 Tower, wind 20010, round 17 center, clear left.
Airline 17 center, American 1220. Clearing for Bravo 1 Alpha, spot 120. American 1066 right. Bound 65 on board 3457.
Skywest 4936, what's the spot entry again?
We're going to 122, Skywest 4936.
Okay, join golf to ramp.
Runway 17 right, outer. Give way to your company.
Give way to the company, 17 right outer, American 452.
Channel member Kaio on the internet says hello with a wave. About to see Delta Flight 680 coming in from LaGuardia on an Airbus A220.
I'll meet this. Check your transponder. I'm not receiving it.
It's going over on the east side. And here's an American Airlines flight from Mexico City.
Envoy 3850, Alpha, good morning.
Good morning, Envoy 3850, runway 17 right, taxi via Golf, short of Zulu.
17 right, Golf, short of Zulu, Envoy 3850. Go 180 right.
This is coming out 142.
Square 273.
Sorry, my
273.
headphone cable got caught there. Move the tripod.
He's coming number 2 out of 142.
It's American 1174 with information Alpha.
American 1174, to run runway 18 left, taxi Golf, Golf 6, Foxtrot and Whiskey Hotel.
Alright, Golf 6, Foxtrot, Whiskey Hotel to 18 left, American 1174.
Our next arrival is going to be Flight 941 American Airlines
Golf 6, Foxtrot and Whiskey
from
Hotel.
Monterey in Mexico.
Okay, can say it again, I got 18 left,
We'll swing camera 1
Foxtrot,
around.
Whiskey Hotel.
Alright, Foxtrot, Whiskey Hotel for American 1190, thank you, sir.
And Envoy 3850, turn right on Zulu, left turn Hotel Yankee, short of taxiway Yankee.
Right, Zulu, Hotel Yankee, Shorty Yankee, Envoy 3850.
Our moderator Bill Platt says it is sad when the MD-11s are gone. We'll end up getting excited to
Envoy
see
3983, to run runway 18 left Golf and Whiskey Golf.
small regional jets with rear-mounted engines. Well, I guess.
25 on top of the bridge. After the 175, left on Yankee.
We just need to be appreciative right now of our luck to be able to see all these great planes.
American 1220, where do you park?
But I guess that's true from any generation of plane spotting. There's always going to be planes that are kind of on the way out. Regrettably, the pandemic seemed to hasten the dismissal of some planes.
Number 3 on 103, 105, I see what's your call sign?
I'm going 3588 with Alpha.
Okay, once I get the bridge back, I'll get you moving.
Of course, a lot of planes find new life with either smaller airlines or hauling cargo around. A lot of the MDs that we've got here once carried passengers. A lot of the 767s and 757s we see go through here. We don't see any passenger variants of those planes.
Charlie 5, spot 36 on the east side.
Spot 53.
Here's an A300 which came in from Little Rock, Arkansas. It arrived on the other side of the airport, came across the bridge. It'll be parking in front of us momentarily. This plane dates back to the year 2001.
Ground 65 on top, runway 39 and
One Airbus at taxiway Yankee, please.
1 to Airbus at Yankee, Alpha 3619.
American 520, continue your taxi. Foxtrot Whiskey Hotel, the E170 at Golf's going to wait on you.
Our channel member and friend, Mary Extraordinaire. Good morning, Walt, mods, and everyone. We saw you, Mary, on our earlier broadcast this week.
Nav to Sparrow, 1 7 right, clear for takeoff, on board 34. Runway 1 your left, line away, runway 93.
X273, you're going to continue Golf to the Yankee Bridge. Follow 2 E170s off your right. Go over the Yankee Bridge, ground 165, what's up?
All right, gonna take Golf Yankee Bridge, 2E175 and 0.65 for 273.
American 1174, get ready to your company there, taxiway Yankee.
We'll get rid of our company at Yankee American 164.
American, I'm sorry, Envoy 3588, you're going to taxi runway 18 left via Zulu, just short of Golf for now.
Zulu short Golf, 18 left, Envoy 3588. Via Kilo, hold short of Zulu, American 1729.
American 982.
John M. says, good morning, Walt. As great as the hotel view was on Monday, something about Founders Plaza says home for Runway DFW. I don't disagree with that.
American 982, your runway is 17 right.
You know, we just do not get the sounds,
Skywest 3071, DFW ground.
and you know, we're not physically as close from the 18th floor of a hotel that's across a highway as we do right here, like this.
Wait for the one off your right, and runway 18 left. I want you to make the right turn on the Kilo Bravo Bridge, contact ground 185 o'clock.
So I think there's a place for both venues, but we'll likely be hanging out most of the time here.
Kilo Golf, follow 1, Bravo 36.
American 983, traffic on Yankee will follow you. Envoy 3993, DFW ground, information Alpha, runway 17 right, that's to be a Kilo.
Well, we got more than 300 people watching, which is good for us. I mean, for a lot of the big channels, that would be a pretty sad number, but for us, a time to be happy and celebrate.
17 right, Echo Lima, ground 0.65, American 599.
American 1561, where depart? American 1561, Bravo 17 right, contact ground 0.65.
Volunteer 3501 for the visual 177.
Volunteer 3501, DFW Tower 12010, center, clear lane.
177, 3501.
American 452, kind of departure.
American 452, cheerio.
I got thrown off by the jet blast noise that this plane was making. Coming in from Colorado Springs, American Flight 2788, 737-800.
American 1551 ground, what's your entry?
We're going Alpha 35, what's your mind?
American 1551, follow the Airbus to the ramp.
And somebody was talking about a rush hour earlier. We're starting to get our 9 o'clock lead up rush right now. A lot of planes are in line to take off. This is Flight 520 to Philadelphia, PA, the city of brotherly love. It's an Airbus A321neo.
7 right, outer after the company, 2738 with Alpha.
American 389, those two off your right will give way to you. Give way to spot 22, please.
Ground American 599, on spot 14.
Roger.
Hello to you, Austin Swafford. We're doing fine. Thank you. Channel member Maria Isbell says, good morning, Walt, mods, and everyone from California. Still a little early for you guys out there and gals.
American 388, DFW ground, information, Alpha, runway 17 plane outage.
Heather B., another channel member, happy to be one of the viewers here. Great show as always, much appreciated. Well, Heather, you are also, you're not just a viewer, you're a participant. Look at you chiming in like that. And so we appreciate that. I mean, without you viewers, those of you who are lurking and those of you who are in the chat room, just makes it a nice place to hang out for, 10 minutes, an hour, half hour, 3 hours, whatever works for you.
Runway 18 left, taxi via Golf and Whiskey Golf.
Certainly makes my day better to see all of you there.
389, make the left turn on King Key, contact ground point 85 on top of the bridge.
And as I always say, whenever I have a question, I don't have the answer to it. Someone out there seems to have that information. Coming in from El Paso is American Flight 2195. That's a 737-800. And it needs to get out of the way for American Flight 2195 from Salt Lake City, which is coming in next. Runway Collin County wants to know what my battery percentage is. Well, I've got 4 batteries going. Well, 4 Jackery batteries. My main one, which is powering the computer and a camera and a lot of accessories, is at 43% after 2 hours and 45 minutes of action.
That was 3292, you ready? Spot 49, are you ready? Runway 18 left. Make the right turn on Kilo, Bravo Bridge, ground point 85 on top.
Here comes a flight from Salt Lake City, flight 2195.
That was 4934, opposite direction, the Airbus 320 will give way to you. American 1538, give way to 2 regional jets. Once you turn on Kilo at Bravo.
Okay, any action over there? Well, we have one of the MD-11s, not in this shot, but one which had its cargo door open. The cargo door is now shut. There it is.
Okay, American 2420, approach to Houston Intercontinental Airport via the Dart 9 departure, Torn transition, Venice file, climb via SID 120574.
Center for wind.
So keep our eye on that one.
Envoy 3993, RNAV to Sparrow, R17 right, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Sparrow, 17 right, clear for takeoff.
There are all the planes behind us.
Dallas 3071, DFW Tower, 17 right, on a
And what
plane.
we got going here? We're going to look at American Flight 696 arriving from Columbus, Ohio. This is an Airbus A321.
Takeoff, American 2722.
Yeah, route monitor to ground point 65.
Dallas 3071, RNAV to turn, 17 right, clear for takeoff. Spirit 373, DFW Tower, 17 right, line of belief.
17 right, line up point 227.
Envoy 3358, DFW Tower, 12010, right, 17 center, clear to land.
17 center, clear to land, Envoy 3258.
Envoy 3993, contact departure.
Departure 3993, see up. 18 right and 18 left on Whiskey Kilo. Ground unit 538.
American 389 DFW ground, roger. You're going to give way to 1 RJ at taxiway Golf, continue Foxtrot and Whiskey Hotel.
Foxtrot, Whiskey Hotel, we'll give way to that RJ American 3.
We've got Japan Airlines Flight 12 from Haneda Airport in Tokyo. It is just about 3 or 4 minutes away. It's going to be a 777 coming in from the land of the rising sun. So we've still got a couple planes ahead of it.
American 537 DH ground taxi and ramp, good day.
To the ramp.
To the bridge.
Go over the Yankee Bridge, ground point 65, what's up?
Alright, after step 3.
Robert Brun says good morning, Walt and chat. Joshua Leclerc says good morning, Walt, and channel member Daniel Jager says hi, Walt. Great show as always. Thank you.
Alright, golf the ramp.
Off the ramp, 3807.
American 696, ground up here on me, what's your spot entry?
Well, we're trying to figure that out still. It'll be straight ahead though, American 696.
Okay, tell you what, just go ahead and make the right turn on Foxtrot and just let me know when you get something.
Okay, we'll call you right back.
So unclear if we'll see any MD action this morning.
3292 DH ground 1 left Golf and Whiskey Golf.
But we'll at least get to see a triple coming in. We saw a 747 take off earlier.
Ground point 65.
I think we'll look at American Eagle Flight 3170 coming in from Durango.
American 388, DFW ground 179, line point. American flight 680, DFW tower 12109 or 177 for the left.
Sky 4996, get where the American 321 heads to the left, please.
68 DFW tower 12109 or 17 center, clear to land.
Clear land 17 center, American 7. Line up away, 20 left, American 1683 will go.
Give way to an Embraer at Juliet Sierra, that's at 2 kilos per ramp.
Alright, give way at Juliet Sierra, that's 2 kilos per ramp.
American 2357 DFW ground, runway 18 left, has to be a kilo, hold short of Zulu, information out there.
Kilo, hold short of Zulu for 18 left, we have Alpha,
American 1584, runway 18 left, has to be a kilo, hold short of Zulu.
Kilo, hold short of Zulu to 18 left, American 1584.
65 on top.
Alright, what's on the right? Hotel Yankee, ground point 65 on top, or envoy 36.
Whiskey 111.
Envoy 3799 Alpha.
Envoy 3799, DH ground runway 17 right bridge.
17 right bridge, Envoy 3799, good morning.
Foxtrot.
17 right, get to it, and so Foxtrot, street 53 setting foot.
Jackery on runway 18 right, hold to taxi Bravo Japan 12.
American 27, 22 for 18 right. Boy 36, 39.
Hey.
Well, to the right, on top on way, I'm heading down flight 14.
Envoy 3358, taxi after around 1 and ground point 65.
American 2195, give way to your company Airbus at kilo 11.
Way Kilo 11.
Maze on frequency, similar sound call, sign 1768.
Well, thank you much. Clear to land 17 center, American 1798.
American 388.
The plane that just landed was Flight 2792 from San Antonio, Texas, an Airbus A320. I couldn't keep up with all those other ones. We're about to spin around. We'll do the old spin around here, so we can bring you as much of the arrival of the Japan Airlines flight from Tokyo as we can.
Please come out 124.
American 4.
There it is behind that canopy.
So you're going to wait for the first RJ, second one's going to wait on you. 17 right, Golf short of Zulu.
Give way to the first one, and then golf short of Zulu 1.
This will be completing an 11-hour and so far 25-minute journey across the Pacific, across half of the continental United States.
Scout 3170 ground, what's your spot entry? You parking over here? Okay, Foxtrot to the Alpha Bridge, ground point 65 on top.
Foxtrot
4123, did you call?
Kilos direct.
Go and turn right on Zulu, Hotel Yankee, Shorty Yankee.
Right through Hotel Yankee, Shorty Yankee.
Break 2558, follow the E170 ahead, just hold Shorty Yankee at Hotel Yankee.
Just do it, sure, American 25 and 59.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what I said, if I said something different. 2559, follow the E170, Hotel Yankee, Shorty Yankee.
Hotel Yankee, Shorty Yankee, American 25.
So it's our second One World livery of the morning.
Left turn on Yankee, contact ground 25 on top of the bridge.
Alright, make the left turn, call ground, American 23.
American 1820, follow your two companies off your right. Kilo, Yankee Bridge, ground 25 on top.
Follow both companies, Kilo, Yankee Bridge.
On that 20-year-old
American 308, follow them,
777-300
Kilo, Yankee
ER.
Bridge, contact ground 25 on top.
American 308, follow your 185 on top.
Blue Street 5256, give way to the 73 at Alpha.
Let me see if there's anything else.
Make a 180 on the hotel short of Yankee facing southbound for me.
Coming in.
123 ground. 123, hold up Juliet Sierra.
17 right, line of flight.
Marco Hagestein, or Hagestein,
1760.
is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Marco. We've got Shannon Libby, also checking in as a new subscriber.
Wind 1905, right 17 center, clear away.
What I was doing is I'm checking to see if there's anything that's out there that we need to wait for.
2357, if you're up on me, golf and whiskey golf.
Because I do have to get to work.
American 2617 ground, you're parking east to west. American 2617 has to be Alpha Kilo to the ramp.
Yeah, unfortunately we've got both the Middle East flights coming in about 20 minutes from now from Dubai and from Doha. They're both 777s, and I'd like to show them both to you, but I'm afraid I've got to pack things up and go to my regular job. So it's about time for us to say thank you, a big thank you to all of our great viewers. So let's see here. Go over here. We'll do some music and start to acknowledge all of our great people who make this thing go. Runway DFW sponsor James Webb. He's the guy. Financial support, cameras. Thank you so much, James. Airline Videos Live. We thank Kevin at Airline Videos Live for supplying us with battery power that makes this show go. And we look forward to your visit later this year, and the Runway DFW Moderation Federation always with us to make sure that your visit to Runway DFW is a great one. And now, thank you to our members. All right, that does it for us from Founders Plaza. Thank you also to DFW International Airport for supplying Founders Plaza as a great place to watch airplanes. We'll be back soon. I don't know quite when. It'll probably be in the morning because I don't see the weather letting up and it gets so hot in the evenings here. So anyway, thanks for being with us this morning. I know you'll all be tuning in to Kevin at Runway at Airline Videos Live for his big Sunday show with Rudy. We will see you again soon on Runway DFW. Thanks, everybody.
Travel arrangements for overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.